I'm still messing with this 90 F150 with the 5.0. This is the one did valve cover and spark plugs on live one day. So I just had a bunch of other stuff I had to work on, and being that my brother had like 1,000 cars, I was gonna start back working on this. And today I gotta do the rear seals for the rear end. I'm gonna pull the differential cover off, expose that. I just started cleaning some of the stuff. It was in worse shape. Somebody already been through it and got some red glue on here. This looked like the one that goes to exhaust systems, the one that's able to sustain high temperatures. I can't remember the name of it. But I'm gonna work on getting the rest of this off, cleaned up, see what it looks like in here, and we'll just get some key things. It's just too, most people don't want to do brake shoes. Who knows? I tend to contradict myself a lot. Say I'm gonna do one thing and do something totally different. Alright, I had a phone call come in. Whew. The guy wanted to know if I knew somebody did body work, which I do. And I gave him I gave him the spectrum from the low end to the high end paint services, like for the people that I know of. And the cheapest around here is gonna be Mako. It's like the McDonald's of painting. But just like a lot of people, they don't want cheap. And even though they got a variety of paint packages, I told them about somebody else that do like showroom type painting. You know, his low quality showroom, honestly. And but I think the guy only do insurance companies now since he's getting older. But the guy didn't want to pay for something expensive, so I'm just like all the other customers, they want something for nothing. I'm gonna paint this cover while I got it off, just to conceal the rust. Just to make it look a little neater. I'm gonna hit it with some air. They believe it's a 13. Yep. I'm gonna make me a nice, neat little pile. Call these little landmines, put a rag under here. I do need to get a oil container. And like always, I'm gonna wait last minute before I do it and make a mess. So let me go ahead and do that now, so I ain't gotta worry about it. Fluid should be clean. Should be. If there's anything in there. Yeah. Call that oddly satisfying. Pull it off. Oh shit. Alright. The glue's coming off. Okay. Alright, alright. 1, 2. Now, personally, I just don't like this red glue. I mean, it's for exhaust systems anyway, but it still will serve its purpose. So if you want to see inside the pan, that's that. And these metal shavings. I ain't got no gloves on. No, those are not metal shavings. I thought they were. Look up in there a little better. So we're gonna take the Let's get this camera over here. The lighting is still decent. That glare. That's cool right there. Just gonna take that pin out. Gosh darn it. I need to put it in neutral. Let's see how this works. That's where I need to be. Right there. Remove that screw. I notice it has ABS on it. I wonder if that gear here is just a reluctor wheel for the ABS for this vehicle. Like I said, I never worked on this before. I didn't look around. See, there's a is there a sensor on here? Yep, there's a sensor. The ABS light is on this truck, so it might be pretty interesting to have to diagnose that, see what's causing that in the future. I want to get this lighting right. It's just so bright in the background. Probably take a while to get all that grease out. Need to get it below the level it's coming out at. So when I clean this off, I'll be able to get a good seal on the bottom. I think that's okay. Now I got to pull the drums off, see what those look like, and see what else that needs to happen. This one is the one I'm questioning because it's wet around the dust cover. So I'm thinking that the axle seal is going to be leaking. And I'll feel better just going ahead and replace both of them because I do have both axle seals. Alright, it's been a while. I got the differential cover off and start screwing around, clean the left driver side up, and I did wind up painting the drums that I'm about to install here. Here's the passenger side. This is the worst looking side I could tell you in comparison to the driver. Here's some of the friction material, the brake shoe, like it went in there. But I'm gonna get this axle pulled out. First, I'm gonna clean everything up I can with the air and some brake cleaner and more air and brake cleaner, and then I'll feel a lot better removing all this stuff. But yeah, the wheel cylinders are getting replaced, new hardware, everything's coming out. I'd just rather be safe than sorry, so we got to go through this, and it just looks horrible. So despite how it may look when I get the brake cleaner on there, this is definitely going to get removed. So let's take care of that. Damn, that wasn't smart. Let's get my magnet. See that wheel cylinder's leaking. I didn't see it with all that dirt and debris caked up on there, but that oil, man, when that gets on the friction material, rubber, it'll just damage some stuff. And you can see what we took the friction when we exposed the shoes, how bad they look. That oil will tear some stuff up, man. I got some cheapo Master Pro seals from O'Reilly, so I haven't had any issues out of them, so I'm gonna throw them in there. I do have some brake cables on the way, so I'm not going to do the brake shoes right now. I'm just going to get this axle seal replaced and get those back on. Probably do the brake cables and brake shoes another day. But I mean, as long as I get this area cleaned up, I can take some brake cleaner and clean this up really well. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Yeah, I got all new hardware, everything. Get this area cleaned up a little bit better. Content with that. Simply, I'm just going to install the new seal, replace this passenger side, and do the same for the other side. And again, I can clean that fluid off a lot easier than I can the gunk that was caked up on there. Even though I have a lot more room now, I mean, brake shoes aren't that bad. You've done a dozen, then you've pretty much done them all. I was a little uh-oh. Well, I was incorrect. These aren't the, I thought these were the brand I was going to install, but these are actually incorrect. These are not even the same size. So, not the first time I got the wrong parts. Now, I will say, this couldn't have been my doing here, because I knew I wanted axle seals. But I think there were like 2 variations, so I'll be taking another trip to the parts store, returning this. It was a lot better before I got that brake cleaner on there. And I'm going to get the appropriate size. Man, this is definitely a lot smaller. It's like most of my day anyway. I'm always going to the parts store. It is what it is. Alright, talking about dragging this out. So I went to the parts store, got the appropriate seal. This is the appropriate part number, 8835S. And I took the old one down there and matched it up, so we were 100%. Get this in there. I have a block off of my press that I use if I need to orchestrate some design to press out an item. I'm going to use this as a flat surface. This is my seal driver. Totally flat. Clean this area off. Such a bad glare on the screen, the phone. It's probably like the best lighting. Get the light behind it, the natural light. So we're good with that. I have a brake cable because I'm going to replace the emergency brake cable. The one on the driver's side is broken. This one I'm still going to replace anyway. Well, I got this off. I might just, I don't know which one is coming. I should call Jason back, see which one I got on the way. Because regardless, I'm still going to have to pull the emergency brake cable out so I can cut and remove what I need to. Well, I got some adequate space. The other one just straight up just broke in half. I thought I pulled it out when I pulled the drum off. I'll look back at it. Yeah, I got plenty of room. The springs here broke also. Like I said, I got a new hardware kit. I do not know where some of this stuff went. I might have to pull up something on Google and see where some of these springs went. I was gonna say, normally there's one at the bottom. The other ones broke off too. I might have to pull something up on the internet. Maybe Identifix got something. But Google's a little bit faster. I ain't got to log in a site or anything. The spring on the other one, the thick one that I just found here, is missing on the other one too. I know my brother got the truck running. He was like, man, this thing don't want to move, like the wheels were locked up, so that explains a lot. Gosh darn it. I'm sure there's an easier way of getting this out. Okay, there you go. Let that hang. Really don't have a reference, so I'll just have to, like I said, I'm just gonna have to find something on the internet. Alright, I'm gonna leave this alone. So I gotta do a slide the cable in, take the brake components off, and hook it up to the lever mechanism and get everything installed in a reverse order if I can find, once I find the information. Let's put the axle back in there. Just some wheel bearing grease. So I'm just going to throw this in there to coat it on its initial rotation. So we'll see how well that work out. Alright, let's go. Got a remanufactured dry shaft. I mean, technically it is. I mean, look how good that looks. It's redone. There we go. I'll put the clip back in there. with this other one. Oh shit. Damn it, why I told myself not to do this and I literally did it anyway. Shit. Good job, Brad. It's fine. It ain't the first time. Won't be the last. Dang it. I'll fool with this after I get this in there. We'll come back. Dang it, man. Gosh, that was stupid. You tell yourself not to do something. The other one fell out. It's a part of life. What do you do? You know? So we can get this one out. Give this the same treatment. Gosh, it was so stupid of me. Usually I get one to fall out. I don't knock out both of them. This side look definitely a lot better. Here's that parking brake spring. It's a return spring. And it's sitting in there. Again, it was... Oh, here's the other spring here. Broke the same way. So likely just got lodged in some of the rotational assembly, the drum, and got wedged when it didn't want to move, and it probably just parked itself there, no pun intended. And this is what we got. I wonder how it broke. Maybe because, excuse me, golly, just ate. Sorry, maybe because of the rust or something. All right, let's get this cleaned up. Another parking brake cable out. Let's get this axle back in. I can fool with getting those planetary gears back in place. That was just stupid of me. Now I'm sure there's an easier way of putting those back in there, but I am no American V8 guy. I'm just a mechanic. Alright, I'm a generic mechanic. Okay. shit, there's a shim in there too. I forgot all about them things. Alright, I think, let me see if the other one fell out with it. Yep, it's stuck on the back of it. So let me get it back a little bit. It's up here. Get it like slightly past there. And fool around with it this way. I know I'm probably incorrect. But you know, what do you do? So I know that's off. I think the other shim came out in some way. Damn, that was so dumb of me. I'm gonna let myself down about that one. Okay, that's stuck on the back. Maybe I can go down here and then get it lined up. I think that'll probably do it. Yeah, there you go. Alright, I just gotta make sure those shims are in place. I can adjust that there, move that up, touch the top one. Yep, that's in place. Okay. Get this back. Slot pin. There we go. That goes there. Straight through. Flat spot. I don't think that flat spot make a difference, do it? Or it's just how it's machined. Like a small gap. I don't think it'll make a difference. I mean, there's a set screw and it's holding it in place, so why would it even matter? The planetary gears, those gears only gonna rotate when you're turning. For the most part, they're in sync. So I don't think an axial surface is going to make a big difference. Torque to feel, if I can get that. I think we're fine. Get that out of there. Somebody's gonna be like, you should have put some Loctite on it. I didn't. And I'm being honest, all the other ones I never did, so. If it falls out, guess who's gonna be responsible? Not me, because I'm gonna blame it on somebody else. Let's get this surface clean for the cover. I did paint the cover black just to make it look a little bit better. Probably when I get it on, we'll hit the bolts too. Make them a little neater. I don't know, depends on how it looks. I might just leave it as it is. Oh gosh, okay. I made a mess of this stuff. It was supposed to be neater. When it played out in my mind, it looked a lot better. But this is what the sealant looked like. I'm going with the black, ultra black glue. And I did clean the bolts. I just didn't remove the rust from the back of it. I was going for that antique look. Let's see if I got it lined up. I think I'm off a little bit. Yep, it's cool. I didn't even check the base down here to make sure there was no oil. Oh, you fucking serious? Gosh. Oh boy. I was like, mechanics law. It can and it will fall into the fluid below. Remember that. That bolt just jumped out my hand right into the oil. But I shouldn't have left that oil down there. But at the same time, I wouldn't have expected this to happen. But at the same time, it's expected to happen. Dang, that's stupid. Everything's stupid. Let me get this one down here. And let me get some gloves because I got to get the bolt out the oil. You know, I could just use my magnet. There you go. That way I don't have to waste the glove. Get it soaked in oil. The unit price on the glove is more exuberant than a paper towel, I'll tell you that. Alright. It's fine because this RTV sealant doesn't care too much about oil. I'm going to put this on low, and it's torque to feel. Torque to feel. It's on low, so it wasn't on max or anything. The black cover look a lot better. I'm gonna be honest, I've been messing with this for hours. I should have been done with this several times over. Stopped, took like a 3-hour lunch break. Parts was wrong. Took another lunch break. Got overwhelmed. Took another lunch break. Here I am. That's cool. I don't think my work's gonna go recognized anyway. I'm like, look, Brian, look how clean I got everything. Like, man, I don't give a fuck. Just want the truck to work. Alright. One of my brake cables came. I might screw with that. Maybe I can get one side done. Maybe I can just do the brakes for another day. I don't know. I might try without the leverage first. The gear oil that's going in here is a Master Pro 8590. Let's go in here. The sealant hasn't been sitting and drying for an hour. It's there. Trust me, it's not going to leak. It doesn't have to fully cure. As long as there's a bond and this doesn't have any kind of pressure, it's not gonna leak or anything. Some people like on the internet are like politically correct, and you need to let it cure for 24 hours before filling certain things up. I mean, logically, assuming that it has pressure, yeah, you want to let it cure. But there are some RTV sealants that are superior than others. Like the, I had a Honda, this was like years ago. I got one of those videos, like one of my first videos, like 10, 11, was probably like 13 years ago now. But I had a turbo Accord, and I wound up having like 130 PSI of oil pressure. And the housing was leaking one time when I like threw another motor in there. So I didn't get a gasket. I just wanted to patch it up real quick. And I should have just got a gasket, logically. But I was like, my method's bound to work. So I used the Ultra Black, and the black glue didn't work. It was right at the oil filter housing. I used the Ultra Gray, the high torque, and that stuff has never leaked. And from then on, I just swear by that stuff. It's by Permatex, if I recall properly. The Ultra Gray high torque, and that's what if I have to rebuild like a Toyota motor or something, some engine, and it requires sealant and not an anaerobic sealant, I'll use the Ultra Gray all the time. It works extremely well under high pressure. And as it describes, high torque application, so I was able to get into tight crevices. But this isn't that case, and this rear end doesn't have pressure. So we're fine. Should have opened up that hole a lot more. It's 1 quart. Some. I had some 75 140. I just poured like a smidgen in there, like 1/8 of a quart. Just want to top it all the way off. I had it took 2 3/4 of a quart, I want to say. And then just like a little bit of that synthetic 75 140. Well, the part that I need, it was the wrong emergency brake cable, so it's no big deal. I'm not going to like do the brakes anyway. I'm really not motivated. So as far as what I did today, I mean, that was a hell of a milestone to be achieved. In the meantime, I'm definitely going to look up and see if I can just pull a diagram of how the emergency brake is supposed to look, so I can get this pulled down and reassembled. I have an idea. I'm pretty sure I can figure out how that lower spring went. I gotta figure out where I put it, and based off of how it's positioned and how the components operate. But I'm gonna see if I can still find what I need to find. Shouldn't have took. Seriously, it just shouldn't have took this long to do this. It looks a lot better though. We should be in good shape. All right, if anything happens, I'll definitely update. Hit the link, subscribe to the channel, stay informed, had to reassure some more work. See you next one.